Today, the pads are on. That means the 49ers are on the football field, and it's going to be a lot of snap, crackle, and pop, baby. That's right, snap, crackle, and pop. We're going to talk about that right here on the Wayne Breezie Show and all the latest in 49ers news, updates. Make sure you smash that like button. Stick around. We'll be right back after this. What's going on, 49er faithful? It's your boy, the Wayne Breezie, live and in action right here. Wayne Breezie Show, episode 289. I feel like I got my numbers mixed up because I don't know when I started counting. It's probably more than that. But this particular portion of my content that is considered a podcast right here on the YouTube channel, as well as Spotify and stuff like that. Like, we're episode 289, give or take a few episodes. All right, give or take a few episodes. So thank y'all so much for making this show pop. 49ers news and update show. That's what the Wayne Breezie Show is all about. We kind of get together and we just powwow, have some fun. So shout out to everybody out there. Make sure you guys smash that like button. All right, it's super important. And here's what's most important. I talk about becoming a member of the channel to help support the stream. The greatest support right here on the Wayne Breezie channel, which I owe it all to you anyway, is by clicking that subscribe button. So if this is your first time watching, click on that subscribe button. Make sure your alerts are set to on so you don't miss any of the content that we have here. Now, the cool thing is I'm covering NFL, so if you want some of those shows to watch your fantasy football shows, you could check that out. If you want to watch other football news, you could check those shows out pertaining to that. If you want your 49ers shows, we got a couple of those. We got the Wayne Breezie Show and we got the Nitty Gritty Show, which will be back, as well as the BAM Show. So there's so many different opportunities for you to get your favorite information from your favorite content creators right here on the Wayne Breezie channel. So make sure your alerts are set to all. Now, if you want to support more, just go ahead and click on that join button. Become a member of the Breezie Bunch crew. Let's get it, baby. Become a member of the Breezie Bunch crew. You'll get all the cool perks to do members only shows. There's so many things you get. You get the member shout outs and all that good stuff. Because a lot of people are like, well, why should I become a member? Well, I'm telling you why right now. All right, so make sure you guys check that out. Follow me Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Facebook. Also support my Breezie Eats channel, which is not created here on YouTube, but you can follow on Threads, you can follow on TikTok, you can also follow Facebook as well as Instagram. All right, and don't forget, man, subscribe to the show if you're listening to it not here on the YouTube podcast. If you're listening to it on Spotify, if you're listening to it on Apple Podcasts, I'm still making it available for you. I make $0 off of it. So all I want you to do is subscribe to it, listen to it. Sometimes listening to the show gives you a different, view of how the show actually goes. It's pretty cool. All right. And if you want the exclusive content, all right, you can go to patreon.com/The Wayne Breezie. Don't worry, the content is about to start ramping up. We got football back and the videos and the live film breakdowns and the explosive plays and other types of content is going to be available for those that subscribe, especially in those that are in that black tier. You're about to get overloaded with content. I can promise you that. I've been taking time to figure out ways how to create for those that want the exclusive content. So you go to patreon.com right there, baby. And don't forget to check out our sponsors, which this show is brought to you by Residency. Go to www.residency.com. Use that promo code SFBreezy and you can save on your total purchase. Now, they have cool sales going on right now, like a 30% off sale. They got the Trent Williams line that they're rocking, the SBG gang, Silverback gang line. If you guys want some of that, sometimes you'll see me rocking different types of hats. But if you're watching the 49ers in their pressers, you're seeing them wear the hats. Even the newest players are rocking the Residency cap. So go ahead, check that out as well. We're brought to you. All right, man, let's do our member shout outs. Shout out to the members, man, out there. Jax Knox in the building. Hey, Wayne and Faithful. Hope everyone is doing well. That ain't what you wrote. but I think that's what you meant. Congratulations to Brock P. And also the pads are on today. Like, subscribe, and join the BB. I just wanted to that's what happens when you click on that typo. Don't bother me. It's in the building. What's going on, brother? Peachy in the building. Good afternoon, Breezy, and everyone. Have a wonderful show today. The pads are on. Yes, they are. And it's about to be a heavy flow on today. That's right. Brock Purdy in pads, ready to jump in. Shout out to all the content creators that are live in action at the practice facility for the San Francisco 49ers. Cheers to you guys, man, and definitely shout outs to you guys out there. Peachy, thank you so much. 49ers throwback in the building. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Other members, Niner Faithful in the building as well. These are also moderators too, so I appreciate your moderation out there. You know what I'm saying? Matthew says, good morning, Faithful. Hope everyone is having a beautiful morning so far. The morning is great. It is great. 49er Jeff, my brother from another mother. What up, Breezy? 6 more Sundays. Yo, you're counting down the Sundays? Yo, thank you, because I have no idea how many more Sundays we have. I think we get football this week. Don't we have the Hall of Fame game this week? Football is back. Literally, football is back. Colin, what's going on from across the seas? Vince in the building. Like and subscribe. It's just that simple. Just like and subscribe. Rusty, what up, baby? I see you out there. My brother Ty, I'm going to be texting you this week because I definitely want to get our show cracking. I know you got something in the works, you know what I'm saying? In the works. So definitely, man, check out my brother Ty Austin and his channel as well. All right, man. Shout out to Tanisha. Good morning, Breezy Bunch. It's pad day. I was trying to find a way to talk about pads to where it didn't sound like, because when you say the word pads, I don't know if it's offensive. I know what we mean because it's football, but sometimes people be like, what do you mean pads? Yeah, like the football pad. I don't know how else to say pads. I'm not talking, maxi pads or tampon pads or those type of pads. I'm talking about the football pads. I'm not talking about the pads you write on. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about football pads, like literally, but I don't know how else to say it. Like, let's go. Pads on, right? Like, I don't know how else to say pads. You know what I'm saying? JP Hellahar, what up, bro? It's all good. Yeah, this chat is about to be popping. Kylie, I see you out there, man. Forever Faithful Podcast also in the building, man. Appreciate you guys. Now, all right, that's the member shout outs. Thank you for being members of the Breezy Bunch crew. I don't thank you guys enough. And shout out to those that are still sticking around, because people are going to hit me in my comment section and be like, Breezy, you took 7 minutes and 32 seconds on the end show. I did. I'll do it again. Might be 10 minutes next time. You know what I'm saying? But check this out. I got to show love to the faithful. That's what I'm all about. Showing love to the faithful. And if you're faithful, stick around, man. The love is here, all right? I got a couple of questions I definitely want to get to. We got a couple of super chats we want to start the show off with. But I got to shout out my brother Eddie G and the B-Dogs, because this guy has been around for me, like from the beginning. For me. Like, he's been around from the beginning, and I'm not talking about because he's been a member for 29 months. Like, he's been one of the pushes that I've had to continue to create content and stuff like that. So Eddie G and the B-Dogs, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. Love you, my brother. Can't wait to chop it up with you guys, you and your family again. All right. It's going to be extra cool. Got a couple of super chat contributions I definitely want to kick the show off with, starting with Jax Knox. She's in the money. Let's go. So we get live update live while camp is happening. Wayne, who do you have your eye on at camp? Oh, this is a loaded question, but I'm gonna give you a different set of eyes. I'm no longer gonna be watching the veterans as far as those that have been members of this team. I'm currently watching some of the veterans that aren't members. I'm actually eyeing on Jason Pinnock. I want to see him and Richie Grant. I want to see that safety tandem, that battle out there for the safety. I got a lot of camp battles that we got going on just in the position groups as well. So I got a couple of questions. We'll talk about it throughout the show. But the safeties, I want to see Jason Pinnock. I want to see Richie Grant. I heard a lot of good stuff from these guys last week without the pads on. Now we got the pads on. Safeties are players that bring the pop. If you are a 49ers fan, we already know who our favorite safety, sometimes people say, is the favorite player. When you get Ronnie Lott, when you think of Ronnie Lott, you automatically think the pop, right? Then If you go, all right, Ronnie Lott, let's do this. Let's have a little conversation. You go Ronnie Lott. Who's your number 2 pop safety after Ronnie Lott? You know what I'm saying? For me, I think it was Deshaun Golson. I don't think anybody hit as hard as Deshaun Golson. And then I got to throw Dante Whitner in there. And it's sad that Dante Whitner is no longer going to be working for 49ers NBC. But hopefully, much love to you and appreciate what you did bring to the table for the San Francisco 49ers. But, your price tag, don't ever sell yourself short of your worth, brother. I appreciate what you did. But Dante Whitner, those probably my top 3. Now, we've seen some finesse safeties. We've seen some ball hawks. I thought Jimmy Ward didn't really, he hit hard enough. Eric Reed used to hit hard. I'm just thinking of some safeties. Let me go check out the chat. You know what I'm saying? We used to call it contact practice or trading. I see you, Papa. Whitner. Yo, Dante Whitner hit so hard, we call him Dante Whitner. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Kylie, I see your comment, but this one I'm not. You're not gonna do this to me because they neck and neck. They both got misses. So look. I know my boy Moody need to step up. My thing is Moody don't miss a kick. Greg Joseph has missed a kick. They're about even. I think they literally are even just all through. It's literally a kicking competition. I'm loving it, yo. I'm loving it. Merton Hanks, Big Brick. What's going on, Big Brick 84? Says Merton Hanks. I don't remember Merton Hanks. I don't remember hearing the pop sound. But I know he was one of the best safeties from a 49. I think it was Ronnie Lott, then Merton Hanks, in my opinion. Talanoa Hufanga used to hit. What am I talking about? We can even go Tim McDonald. I think this was the first safety we've had since the Ronnie Lott era that used to just stick his neck in there and go pop. You know who was a safety that we had? I can't think of his name. Antoine Bethea. I liked Antoine Bethea. I thought Antoine Bethea used to bring a nice little pop game to his joint. So just to get back to Jax's super chat, I'm looking at the safeties. I'll leave it at that. That from the defensive side, offensive side, I'm watching the running backs. That's who I am. Like hearing Kyle Shanahan say that Bobby Turner, disappears for like 3 months and locks himself in the room and he's focused. Kyle Shanahan has literally allowed Bobby Turner to create the running backs room. And when a running back isn't here, it ain't because of Kyle Shanahan. It's because of Bobby Turner. I like what I saw for number 29, a.k.a. Jordan James from Oregon. I love me some Isaac Guerrero. Christian McCaffrey is just on another echelon, whatever you want to call it. He's just on another status tier, right? But looking at these guys, Patrick Taylor Jr. looks good. I am excited to watch the running backs on the offensive side, and I'm excited to watch those safeties on the defensive side. So I didn't give you a specific person, but I got my eyes on a lot of players. Little Leon in the building says, Breezie, what up, fam? We back. We ready. Here's what I know. Here's what I think. Here's what I'm going to speak into existence. We are not just back. First of all, we ain't go nowhere. Second of all, we are not just back because I feel like the vibe that I'm getting from our 49ers is just a vibe of like the weight of the shoulder being lifted off of them. I don't know if they felt like, now we can't take the monkey off the back because we got to win the Super Bowl. But the weight, it's a lot of weight that has been lifted. And I don't know if it's because they got more vibrant and young and refreshed. You're seeing players fly around. I'm telling you, man, Robert Saleh being back has been the biggest, to me, bonus for the San Francisco 49ers. For him to turn down a head coaching job to become a defensive coordinator, I mean, can we just give Robert Saleh a round of applause? Can we please? Can we give our brother Eddie G and the B-Dogs a happy belated birthday? Listen, I had a rock show last night. So literally, I sung some Nirvana. I sung some Beatles. I sung some Ozzy Osbourne, which I didn't realize he sang ridiculously high. I cannot sing right now. I have enough voice to talk, but happy birthday to you, my brother. Happy belated birthday to you, my brother. All right. Just wanted to, send you that love, man. I'm sorry I can't say, I love to give the vocal rendition of the happy birthday, but the way my voice is set up, it's not happening. Shout out to Jax for gifting a membership. All right. If you are the membership that Jax gifted, please leave a comment. I should be able to see you. Nigel, super chat contribution. What up, Breezy? Thoughts on Eli Apple signing? Let's get to the 49ers news. I do got some thoughts, man. Now, before we get to that, I do want to say congratulations to Brock and Jenna Purdy on welcoming their new baby girl into this world, right? Like, so congratulations to Brock and Jenna. Now, Jenna is the one that posted it. I can't wait to hear Brock speak about it, because I think Brock Purdy is going to be the one that's going to, talk about it if he gets the presser. The presser, he'll be up there, talking about it. So that's going to be really interesting. But I definitely wanted to show this lovely couple some love right here on the Wayne Breezie channel. So congratulations to Brock and Jenna Purdy, and there's their new baby girl. And for those that were like, well, Brock had a personal day. Yeah, he had a personal day. He had to go be the dad. Now, Brock Purdy is literally the newest member of the Girl Dad Club on the team. So we got Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy. Now, see, I see what they doing. They were in sync with this baby powder puff girl magic thing. I see what they're doing. I can't wait. Brock, Christian, activate. That's all I'm going to say. If you're a powder puff girl, cartoon watcher, you already know what I mean. Brock, CMC, activate. They're going to have some girl dad power for sure. It's going to be on a whole another level. Like this, their whole ministry is going to be different. The way they administer the plays, the way they execute, I feel like it's going to be a different vibe. I'm telling you, the vibe is different, not just from the coaching, but it is different all around in the freaking room. So congratulations to Brock and Jenna on the birth of their new baby girl. Another freaking girl dad. That is amazing. 49ers girl dads, man. Mount up, regulators. Mount up. You know what I'm saying? Mount up. 49er Jeff says, thank you, my brother, for all that you do for us. Man, I appreciate you, bro. Like, real talk, man. I don't know where the energy comes from, but I'm glad that I can continue to be blessed with life, health, strength, support, and all that good stuff to continue bringing you guys high quality content. And that's where your money goes if you do support this channel. I want to make sure that my content is high quality, and I am looking to get guests. Now, here's what I learned. Guests cost money. I'm just going to leave it at that. And I ain't know that until I got a few, responses back. Yeah, I'd love to come on the show. He's going to cost, I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good. One day I'll get there. One day I'll get there. All right. One day I'll get there. Now, we got some, I guess, little breaking news with the 49ers. Now, we're going to talk about Eli Apple because that's what Nigel wanted to talk about. And the signing, the one-year deal to Eli Apple, the San Francisco 49ers released wide receiver Quintez Cephas, which was the wide receiver that they currently signed, as per Matt Barrows, 49ers beat writer out there. So, like, he's gone. Just as good as that. Now, for those that are new to the 49ers, new to football, new to what's going on, this is camp. This is what happens. Players are going to get signed. Players are going to get released. Players are going to get signed. Players are going to get re-signed. Players are going to get re-released. This is what happens. Injuries are going to start to happen. Certain positions. Look, 49ers got to find a way to solidify a 53-man roster. They are not even in the beginning stages or phases of that. All right, they're not. Right now, they're looking to get through to their first actual preseason game where they can actually get some footage to see how well the players execute what they're being asked to execute. All right, shout out to Red Jet Shell in the building. What's good? What's good? all like and sub. Shout out to Reggie. Shout out another member of the Breezy Bunch crew, another 49ers voice out there that definitely creates great content. So wherever she is live, make sure you give her a follow, check her out, and support her on what it is that she's doing, bringing you that 49ers content. Excellent photographer as well. So on her endeavors, make sure you show her some love. You dig? That's what we do here. It's all about love, man. We gonna act up. We're gonna act a fool throughout the seasons because everything not gonna go peachy and creamy. We want to go 17-0, but that don't mean we're gonna go 17-0. I just want to put that out there. Like, we want to go 17-0, but that doesn't mean. All right, so let's talk about Eli Apple now. The 49ers signed cornerback Eli Apple. Now, for those that don't know what's going on, Renardo Green, we just go through the injuries really quickly. Renardo Green, here's the injury report, is dealing with a hamstring injury. He is supposed to hopefully return, by the Raiders joint practice week and play in that preseason game. So we'll see what happens with that injury and how that is. Here's the rest of the injury report. I know people were asking about Teron Jackson, who did leave the practice yesterday on a cart. And so no update as of yet on his health, but signs are positive. He's talking, he's moving, all that good stuff. So it may be a torn ACL. It may not be. I don't know. Don't want to put out that false information out there. But at the end of the day, this dude, for sure is getting our thoughts and is getting our prayers. So make sure you show him some love as well. Juwan Jennings left practice yesterday with a calf injury. Here's my take on that. Never mind. You don't want my takes. All right. Jacob Cowing, Jacob Cowing hamstring injury, 2 to 3 weeks per Kyle Shanahan, as well as Renardo Green. So those two guys are dealing with hamstring injuries. I do want to talk about, there is a little rumor. I'm going to get to Eli Apple. I promise. I'm going to get to Eli Apple. I know you asked Nigel. I promise. But I did want to talk about this. 49ers activated wide receiver Ricky Pearsall. Hey. My man back, former first-round pick of the San Francisco 49ers in the 2024 NFL Draft, showed a lot of promise toward the end of last season. Is officially back. Looks good. Looks really good. Looked really good in that number 1 jersey, too, by the way. I'm sure he's excited to be out there in football pads on today. Ricky Pearsall is officially back with the San Francisco 49ers activated. So the Niners only have one player right now on the PUP. That is wide receiver Brandon Ayuk. All right, so he's the only player right now considered on the PUP. And I think the Niners are going to get some other players back off the NFI, like Ben Barch. I heard he was practicing, looking good out there as well. So he'll probably be activated from the NFI list, as well as some of the other players that are on the NFI list. So keep it locked in right here for your latest in 49ers news. And don't forget to smash that like button, all right? Do that. All right, so Ricky Pearsall activated, which is really good because, golly, the 49ers wide receiving room, man, Jesus Christmas, man. It's ridiculous, It's ridiculous. Now, I have my own live updated roster chart. Now, I want to show you guys my live updated roster chart. It's available for members of the Patreon. So if you want to sign up for the Patreon and you only want to sign up for the data plan, meaning you can get all the charts, all that good stuff, it's only going to cost you, I believe, 99 cents. 99 cents. And you can see I create charts. They're kind of color coordinated, all that good stuff. And so you can see kind of like where I'm going. So I have this live updated chart that I got to keep updated. I got to delete some. We could do it live while we're here, right? Because we released Israel Nakanda, and there's our running back room as well. We also talked about, we just released, I took off Quintez Cephas. Equinemius St. Brown still on the team, so I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. Andre Dillard may be activated off of the NFI list. Ben Barch, Yator Gross-Matos. We're going to see how that plays as practice goes along, but there it is right there. There it is. All right, so you can see these are some of the charts that I create. It's not the only thing, but if you want all the data charts, all you got to do is click on the links, sign up, 99 cents, and then click on wherever I put it, enter your email address. I will give you access to the data, all right, that I quick. So for those that think I'm not doing stuff, I am doing stuff. Boats, what's going on, Boats? I just saw your name in here. Felicia in the building, man. When you're a member, you get shout outs no matter where I am in the show. If I didn't shout you out already, get ready for the freaking shout out. Let's freaking go, all right? And if I missed you, don't worry, just keep commenting and I'll get back to you. Don't bother me with the question, thoughts on JG. All right, so I'm still going to get to Eli Apple. We got to break them down. God, Lee, I promise, right? But thoughts on Juwan Jennings. Now, there is a rumor going on, and you know what? I believe it's real. I'm not going to lie. There's a rumor on Juwan Jennings and his contract extension, okay? And I actually do believe that this is a real thing that's going on surrounding 49ers, Juwan Jennings. Now, my guy, Coach Yak, put this out as a hat tip from 49ers _guy. And so there's a potential thing that Juwan Jennings is going to get a 2-year extension. So let's go ahead and just look at this real quick so you know that I'm not, bringing you any false information. Again, rumor, not saying that this is the thing, but Juwan Jennings and the 49ers are reportedly finalizing a 2-year contract extension, bringing his total annual value just north of $13 million per year. Now, that's like a $6 million jump from the $7 million that he's getting this year. So a 2-year extension, which will be added on to his current contract. If this is for real, if this is real, you know what I'm saying? Juwan Jennings will be a 49er at least for another 2 years. I feel like the Niners, this is perfect for Juwan Jennings. This doesn't lock him in for a long term from his perspective. It doesn't lock him in to where he can't continue to improve to earn even more money. If I'm Juwan Jennings, I like this type of a contract to where all right, cool. I'm gonna get a raise this year, get a raise next year. Next year I'll be, going to another year, 1,000 yards, contract extension, boom. Now I'm gonna be really hitting y'all with the ooh-wee. If you want me to be a Niner, you're gonna have to cough up that bread. You know what I'm saying? So I like where this is going. Now I don't know if this is what Juwan Jennings is asking for, but this is what's out there per 49ers _guy that was posted by my guy Coach Yak. So I just want to put that out there, that this is the latest rumorville. Now, you want to know what my thoughts on Juwan Jennings? There's nothing wrong with his calf muscle. Juwan Jennings is about to sign with the San Francisco 49ers an extension, and he's not going to practice. Okay, now he's there. He was in training camp. He did all the stuff he showed up. He was there. He participated. He looked sharp. He caught touchdowns from Brock. He did all the stuff he needed to do. Now they putting pads on. I won't expect to see Juwan Jennings back out there on the football field. They kind of sugarcoated it with a calf injury while he's back in the saddle working on the extension. I think Juwan Jennings will be extended by Wednesday. That's my opinion. That's my guessing. I'm just guesstimating. But that's what I think. I don't think it's really a calf injury. I think the calf injury is super subtle. He left practice early due to a calf injury per Kyle Shanahan. I don't think Kyle Shanahan seemed like he was bummed about it. Now, I know when we hear calves, we're just like, oh, not a calf. Listen, I don't think anything wrong with this man's calves. I just think that he's about to sign his extension with the 49ers. Once those guarantees are locked in, this guy will be back at football practice. We're talking about a guy that, according to Diamador Lenore, is starting fights. Now, this is what I want. We have Brandon Ayuk starting fights with Fred Warner. Y'all don't remember that? I love it. We got Ayuk and Fred Warner fighting. Now you got Jennings and Demo going at. I love it. So this is what it's all about. Iron sharpens iron. I want dogs. If Robert Saleh and Kyle Shanahan or I always get our coordinator confused with his brother's name, but you know what I'm talking about. If these coordinators don't have dogs, this team won't go anywhere next year. I think it's really time to unleash the hounds. Like, let the dogs out. Roof. I used to have a barking sound. I don't know if I have a barking sound anymore. I haven't used it in a long time. Let's see if it's there. All right. Roof. All right. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but yeah, dog sound. All right. Dog sound. So I am so excited to see Jawan Jennings be a 49er for another extended period of time, because you talking about a wide receiver that just goes out there and does the damn thing. All right, now you asked me an update on Taron Jackson. I have the update on Taron Jackson as far as what he's doing. He has been released per Jennifer Lee Chan from Stanford Hospital last night. He is back at the 49ers headquarters today. He will continue to be evaluated, but there are no specifics on the actual injury. All right, so round of applause, because this is a praise report. He left the hospital. He's back at the 49ers facility, and now he's going to be evaluated, and they'll take it day by day. Nothing on the injury still has been disclosed yet, so we still don't have an update on the actual injury. But that's okay. He's alive. He's kicking. He's healthy. You get what I'm saying? He's dope. Did I say roof 4 times? I love you guys. I'll just be all over the place. All right. Now, you asked me about Eli Apple. I want to talk a little bit about Eli Apple. Now, for those that don't know, Eli Apple has been in the league for a little bit of a period of time, right? He's been in the league one more year than Kyle Shanahan's been actually the head coach of a team. All right. So 2016 is when he was drafted. This is a former first-round pick we're talking about, right? We're talking about a former first-round pick. He was actually pick number 10 to the New York Football Giants in 2016. So this was the year before Kyle Shanahan became a head coach. This is the last year he was the offensive coordinator of the Atlanta Falcons, and they were in the Super Bowl, and they lost to the New England Patriots. All right. Now, he's played some football. He's played in 102 games. He started 82 times. All right. So he's been out there. He has 6 interceptions in his career, 487 yards. He has 61 pass deflections with 3 forced fumbles. So this guy does know how to play the position. I think that's what you're going to get from him. He's a veteran. Love it. 7 fumble recoveries. And I'm just trying to see if he has any sacks. He has a half a sack in the 9 years he's been in the league. So he's entering year 10. 312 solo tackles, 383 combined, so that's 71 assisted, 7 tackles for a loss, so he is used up there around the line of scrimmage. In the run game, a lot of people want to know about the run game. This guy is pretty good money in the run game with 3 quarterback hits per the stats that I am looking at. Look, he's older. He's a little older, but that doesn't mean, like, I know my co-host PG's happy because she gets another Ohio State kid on this roster, but I liked him coming out of Ohio State. I couldn't stand him. He was a lock. 6'1", 203 pounds, kind of really fits the mold of what the Niners like to do. He's not your corner. He's not your nickelback type of a guy, but he can play on the outside. While we are allowing our Renardo Green to kind of like recoup and heal with the hamstring injury. You don't want to play around with the hammies. You bring in Eli Apple. You're bringing a guy, they nicknamed him the Quiet Assassin because he doesn't really talk out there on the football field. But he shows up. And I think that's what you're going to get from a guy like Eli Apple, a guy that's going to show up. Now, will he make this roster? It's going to be tough, but this is what training camp is all about. Competition, breeding champions, competition, iron sharpening iron, all that good stuff. And now you're bringing in a veteran into the fold. The last time Niners brought in a veteran like this, it was Logan Ryan. You guys remember Logan Ryan? Logan Ryan made this team. I think Eli Apple knows what it takes to make a football team. Now, can he make the San Francisco 49ers football team? That's a whole nother conversation. It all comes down to how Robert Saleh views him and sees what he's doing. If he doesn't make mistakes out there, there's a possibility that they make sure that this guy's on that 53-man roster. But for right now, he's definitely signed 1-year deal to the team per the reports out there. And I think he's going to keep camp fun, right? Keep it going. You want Brock Purdy you don't want things to be easy on Brock Purdy because that's not how the NFL is. You know what I'm saying? It's not how the NFL is. You don't want things to be easy on Brock Purdy. You want to make it hard for Brock Purdy. You want Brock Purdy put in situations to where he has to make the best decision. Not always the right decision, but the best decision. That's important because there's going to be times where Brock's going to have to throw in that tight window. There's going to be times where Brock might have to throw into a tight window into double coverage. Like, you want the best competition out there because that's the only way Brock is going to learn. It's the only way he's going to get better out there in the football field. So bringing in a veteran like this, I actually like this, man. I got to show Facebook some love. It's the first chat that I see on Facebook, and I know he's not a member, so members, relax. But Facebook is in the building. They are live and kicking. My Facebook community is huge, and I love Facebook. Aaron Granado, let's go Niners. Also putting some good energy out there for the new baby Purdy. Happy Monday. Man, you're going to get the bomb. Thanks for dropping in on that, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Let's go. Let's go. Now, look, I like the Niners. I like what they're doing. I feel like they're staying ahead of the game. They're taking the injuries a lot more serious. Not saying that they haven't, but it seems like they have the right replenishing player ready to go. Now, they're constantly working out players. They got several players that they're working out. Defensive linemen, offensive linemen. They got players that they're working out. So we're not going to go into that until they actually sign these guys. But they're constantly have that revolving door open just in case a key guy goes down or any type of man go down. They got that ready and locked and loaded. All right. So let me know what you guys think so far, man. Camp has been pretty damn good. All right. Camp has been pretty damn good. All right. 49ers_throwback putting the information out there. He was released. He will continue to be evaluated. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? So just like I said, just keep him in your prayers. That's all we can do for Taron Jackson, but it's good that he's out. That is important. All right, let's get to training camp because these guys, these players are in pads. All right, you got the 49ers talk about first day in pads out there. I know you guys are seeing it. Fred Warner out there walking out, got the pads on, got the 49ers practice shorts on. I see Demo out there. I see my man Pinnock, Jason Pinnock, Connecticut native, baby. Let's go. CT in the building like we flex, dropping bombs on them. Let them know. Bloomfield kid. I remember his brother when I was in high school. Now he's out there. His brother was Andrew, and that dude was a monster running back, right? Bloomfield used to score like 96 points a game. You know what? In high school, when you average 96 points a game, that's ridiculous, right? You know, that's ridiculous. But Jason Pinnock is a 49er. It's good to have him. I'm going to definitely reach out and try to get him on the show, all right? I'm definitely going to try to get him on the show, okay? All right, gonna try to get him on the show. Now, per our SF 49ers, we told you we're gonna do live updates while we're here. There is no sign of Jawan Jennings. I'm telling you, this ain't got nothing to do with the Cavs. Nothing. That cat about to be a 49er. We just got to sit back, relax, and wait. Lake City, what's good, baby? We just got to sit back, relax, and wait. All right, let me get to some of the questions out there from our members. He says, 49ers, loving the kicking competition. It is rare for us to cover that closely. Right, so shout out to those that are putting out the kicking competition numbers. I think they're dead even with the misses and the makes. Now the distance is different, but I think they're out there. I think they are neck and neck, and I don't like it. First of all, I don't like misses. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Jake Moody. I don't care if it's Greg Joe. I don't want any of our kickers missing. Now I did read that Kyle Shanahan said something to Jake Moody right before he attempted the kick, and then he missed it. No. I need Kyle to do more of that, because I feel like the most minute distraction, it throws this kid off. I don't get it. I've never seen a person like that in my life. I mean, he's got to learn how to multitask. Maybe Jake, because he's still on the roster. And here's my take. I think he makes the roster. Unfortunately, I know people are not going to like it. I think Jake Moody makes the roster. But I think the leash is super short. And if Greg Joseph is going to be nothing but a phone call away, I don't think they're going to give up, especially if the competition is close on a third round pick and a person that doesn't really cost them a lot of money as a third round pick. I think they continue to work with him. But the moment that cat gets a few misses, I think that leash is going to snap. I don't think Brant Boyer is going to be support it, and they're going to move on. Like I can feel it. But right now, the competition is pretty darn close. Pretty darn close. All right. So that's the competition for the kicker position. Now, speaking of competition, let's talk about some of the players out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some of the players out there that we want to see. All right, let's talk about which position battle are you most excited for. So positions, the quarterback competition. I hear Mac Jones look good the other day. Running backs, linebackers, safeties. Throw y'all position battles in here. Not safeties versus tight ends or anything like that, but which position battles, because we got a lot of players that are young here that are looking to try to figure out how to make this roster. So this is going to be super freaking interesting. All right. Super interesting. We got to figure that out. Now, while you guys get y'all answers out there, I do want to talk about Deion Sanders, who has released the statement on his health. All right. I think that's super important to talk about. Former 49er cornerback Deion Sanders, that's who we're talking about, released. He says he has been cured of the cancer that he was going through. So that's super, praise report. He's been cured of the cancer. I thought he was going to retire from coaching. You know what I'm saying? So glad that he's not. Shout out to Throwback saying he was diagnosed with a bladder tumor. The tumor has since been removed and he is now cured from cancer. So this is super exciting. Thank you, Throwback, for throwing that out there as well. Appreciate that. All right, I'm looking for y'all position battles. D line. Let's start with the D line. We're talking about players. All right, we're talking about Nick Bosa. We're talking about Jordan Elliott. We don't even talk about those that are have been 49ers. We have been talking about the young players. I love it. Jordan Elliott, CJ West, Kalia Davis, Kevin Givens, Alfred Collins, Evan Anderson, fan favorite, Michael Williams, Sam Okawanu, Robert Bill Jr. All right, we know that Taron Jackson is dealing with the recovering. Bryce Huff, Jonathan Garvin, Yatora Gross-Matos, who is on the NFI, so he won't be practicing. But that defensive line, those are some names. Those are some of the names that we definitely want to keep our eyes on, as Jax asked earlier in the show with the Super Chat contribution. Again, thank you for that. But yeah, look, Nick Bosa seems like he's just been out there being Nick Bosa, teaching, anchoring that defensive line or whatnot. I want to see what Bryce Huff can do. I want to see how Bryce Huff is utilized. I'm hoping they don't overutilize Bryce Huff like they did my man Leonard Floyd last year, which eventually led him to an injury. We talk about a guy that's used to playing on certain downs that just because of injuries had to play all 4 downs. And his specialty was getting to the quarterback. Well, Bryce Huff's specialty is to get to the quarterback. So I'm hoping that he's not overutilized. I can't wait to see how he ramps up in practice. But I want to see Jordan Elliott. Can CJ West overstep Jordan Elliott and Kalia Davis? Can a rookie outplay the veterans? That is a show in a nutshell. Can the rookie outplay the veterans? Kevin Givens, another veteran. Undrafted guy, Evan Anderson, who has, to me, the depth over the guys. Alfred Collins. Can Alfred Collins, another question, can the rookie outplay the veterans? All right, these are the questions I'll be having in my head. Just telling you. All right, Michael Williams, Sam Okawanu, like those guys. Robert Bill Jr., right? I'm really hoping he takes a step up. So defensive line from 49er Jeff out there. Let's get to some of these other positions. Shout out to my man Derek Thomas over on Facebook. Running back position. Bro, you have no idea how much I love the running backs. Most people want to meet the running backs. I want to meet Bobby Turner, because I want to sit and just chop it up with him. because I'm a running back. That's what I was. And I would just, I want to, like, I know what he wants, but I want to hear it from him. We always hearing it from Kyle Shanahan, the players. No, I want to hear what Bobby Turner looks for when he's out there getting these backs, because he knows exactly what he wants and who's going to make it and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I like the running backs room, bro. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I do. I mean, I know it's led by Christian McCaffrey, but I don't think you skip a much of a beat if Isaac Arendo has to come out there. Patrick Taylor Jr., the veteran. Jordan James looks good. Can Corey Kiner find a way to make this roster? The running back room is minus a running back. Israel Abanikanda is no longer with the Niners, but this steps up for Corey Kiner, the undrafted guy. Now, I don't expect the Niners to keep only, 3 running backs. We talked about this, maybe 3 or 4 running backs, right? Including Kyle Juszczyk. So Christian McCaffrey, Isaac Arendo, Jordan James, Patrick Taylor, Corey Kiner. Those are the guys that, it's gonna be interesting. Kyle Juszczyk's an automatic make, but I'm definitely excited to see the Niner faithful. One of our moderators over here. What's going on? Wide receiver battle. Oh shucks. No Juwan Jennings, but Ricky Pearsall, Jordan Watkins. Everybody's on Isaiah Neyor right now. Like, the battle is there. Only wide receiver right now on the IR is Trent Taylor. I don't think he makes the roster. He's probably going to get released. And Brandon Ayuk is on the PUP right now. But look, I'm telling you, I like it. Ricky Pearsall back in full swing. Jacob Cowing dealing with a hamstring injury out for 2 to 3 weeks. Juwan Jennings, Junior Bergen. Nobody's talking about this young kid. I think he's more better of a wide receiver than what we think. I think he's going to be asked to do some things. Isaiah Hodgins, Equanimous St. Brown. And you're hearing these veterans, Demarcus Robinson, Russell Gage, Isaiah Hodgins, Equanimous St. Brown. I haven't heard much from him because he's new to the team, but I'm hearing a lot of great stories. About Russell Gage. So that wide receiver competition is going to be challenging. You heard me? Super challenging. I can see Joe already saying Neyor and Gage going to make the roster. More wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I do. I think a lot of people are going to be glued to the television set. And here's why, right? We're trying to figure out, who does Brock Purdy connect to? Like, how does he build the connection, the rapport to these guys? Like, that's important. How does he get so many new players on the same page? That's my only concern when it comes to the wide receiving group. I feel like Demarcus Robinson, Russell Gage, Isaiah Hodgins, those guys are veterans. Those guys will figure it out quicker than the rookies, but they might not run as fast as the rookies. Their routes might not be as smooth as some of these young players coming in there. Their energy level might not be as high. I think we got the perfect balance. Ricky Pearsall continuing to trend upwards. So I like that, man. The wide receiving battle is going to be crazy. Big Brick, what's going on, Big Brick? He says tight end 3 battle between Ross Dwelly and Mason Pline. Let's talk about the tight ends real quick. Let's talk about the tight ends. George Kittle, Luke Farrell, your tight end 1, tight end 2. You left out Braden Willis. So I'm curious, who's going to be the first tight end released from this team? Ross Dwelly, Braden Willis, Jake Tonjes, Mason Pline. Mason Pline was the only one of these guys that were undrafted. Maybe Jake Tonjes went undrafted. I can't remember. But Braden Willis was a draft pick. Ross Dwelly has been with the Niners, has a good rapport with the Niners. It's good to have him back here. I feel like Ross Dwelly wins that battle. I like the athleticism that you get from Mason Pline. But I think the Niners are going to play the politics game. They're gonna play the politics game. They're gonna release a veteran, try to stash him on the practice squad. Ty says Jake Brendel versus the world. We have not heard any negative Jake Brendel talk, but I tell you what, the pads are on, and now it's time. Now it's time, because if you are a trench person like myself, now we are going to witness a dynasty like no other. We are about to find out how great these young defensive linemen are going against some of these veteran offensive linemen. So the defensive line, if you had to do a versus defensive line versus the offensive line, who will win the day? That's something that we can kind of like stick to. But Jake Brendel versus the world, yeah, man, that guy's got to definitely, got to find a way to step up. You know what I'm saying? He's got to figure it out. Linebacker position, I see that out there as well. Yeah, man, a bunch of holes, man. Who's going to fill in? Who's going to be the next Dre Greenlaw? I really like Nick Martin. D. Winters is high on the list. I'm hearing great things from the free agent Luke Gifford, Chaz Surratt. The Niners can't keep everybody, but I think Curtis Robinson is going to be released. And if Curtis Robinson is released off of the NFI list, you might get some chat. This will open up a roster spot. So we're going to see how that pans out. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. All right. Wayne was called the Breeze. I was called 40. And it was funny because I wore number 40. And they called me 40. I don't know if it was in reference to drinking the 40s. I don't know, but I wore number 40. But my favorite player at that time, we talking 90s, 94, 90, 93, 94, 95, 96. We're talking about that time. William Floyd. Man, I wanted to be William Floyd. I wasn't even a fullback. I was a running back. But I wore that number 40, and I wore it well, man. You put me on that goal line, I was looking like William Floyd and the bust. I had more speed than Floyd, but I ran powerful like Floyd, man. It's all, running backs is, especially around the goal line, it's all about, you need two things to work in your favor. Obviously, you need your offensive line to do the thing, right? But you got to get the pad level low. And I learned. And you know where I learned how to get my pad level low? I'm going to give my brother a shout out right here. I don't know if he's watching this, but Lamont Berry, one of my childhood friends growing up. And I think, what was he playing? Maybe outside linebacker at the time. I think he was playing outside linebacker, and I had to pass protect him, and I didn't get low enough. I blocked him, but I didn't get low enough, so we collided helmets. That's the first time I ever saw stars. I don't know if he saw stars, but I know I saw stars, so I had a concussion. But I realized that I got to get lower. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, from that moment on, it just made me more wise, after I was not concussed anymore, right? It made me a little bit more wise, but I remember that, and he used to hit hard. I couldn't figure out how this little skinny dude used to hit hard. Like, he knew he was a guy. So it just taught me, running backs, get that pad level low, especially if you're pass protecting. You want to make sure, without diving. Back then the rules were different, so you kind of could do that, but now you can't. So without diving, and that goes to our running backs. I think that's a big staple on freaking, what Bobby Turner's looking for. Filthy casual. What's going on, baby? Since Russell Gage make the team. Yo, these wide receivers are tough, man. It's tough because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 13 wide receivers. 2 are inactive, meaning Ayuk's on the PUP, Trent Taylor's on the IR. So that's 11. And so now you're asking me, the question is, how many wide receivers are we going to keep? Is it 5? That's a lot. But that might need to be the number, right? Ricky Pearsall, Juwan Jennings, a must, right? Those are your 2. You just drafted Jordan Watkins. You got Isaiah Nair. That's a big target for Brock. That's a big target with speed. Like, how do you not? You bet not cut that. Like, if you cut that player, I'm gonna have to have the conversation with Kyle Shanahan. You're gonna have to figure out how to let go. So Russell Gage may not make this team because it's too much value in the younger players. I still want to see what Tariq Owens could do out there. Like, I feel like he's not a slouch. I'm not saying that from a nostalgic standpoint. I think he can be a pretty damn good possession receiver for the San Francisco 49ers. He's not his dad, but I think he could be a good possession receiver. He kind of do some of the work that we watched Kendrick Bourne do here when he was here. I feel like that's that Tariq Owens lane. Just throwing the ball. He should be the new third and Juwan. Instead, we call it third and Tariq. You know what I mean? Third and Tariq. So I'm excited, man. Look, I don't think Russell Gage, Isaiah Hodgins, Equinemius St. Brown, I think those are some of the guys that get the X, come down to the 53-man roster. All right, now before we dip up out of here, I got one more question. We talked about position battles. Which 1 versus 1? Now we're talking player versus player. is must-see TV. Now, I grew up in the era of pay-per-view. I don't even know if pay-per-view still exists, but which players is must-see TV for 1v1? I'm digging it. Which players? 1v1. I'm going to go through the top 5 that I see inside of my live chat. All right. Top 5 that I see inside my live. So the first 5 that enters their 1v1 conversations, I want to talk about right here on the show. So I don't want to really give you, but here we go. All right. So Zach. Woo wee. So Zach, you starting the show off with the bomb? That's what we doing? Okay. Let me you know what? Let me start these because they coming in. They coming in. So I like this because he said Huff versus Trent. Because me and Zach, or Zach and I think that's how you're supposed to say it. We want to see how quick the 37-year-old left tackle still is. Because now you're putting a young speed rusher on him that's got some moves. Bryce Huff doesn't just win with strength. He has the rips. He has those moves. I like this. I need to see Trent's hands. I want to make sure Trent still got them hands, baby. That's all I'm saying. Like, does Trent still have the hands to handle the veteranship of a premier pass rusher? Now, I know he only rushed double-digit sacks once in his career. Fine, cool. I don't care. But we're talking about a guy that's coming back to a system in which he thrived in. I like this one, Zach. This is a good one. All right, I like this. My man Mark Pearsall versus Lenore. Yeah. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Pearsall, I know Demo is fun, but he don't take no it's just what it is. He doesn't take any out there. Like, so get ready. Off when the pads are off, you guys can laugh, hee hee ha 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 goo goo ga ga ga. But when them pads is on, I want to see Kim Pearsall create the separation. Is that what everybody is waiting for? Like, can Pearsall, does he have that ability to create the separation without using his hands, without pushing off, without creating some type of offensive pass interference, things like that? Is the footwork there? We know he has the speed, but if he's pressed by a guy like Lenore, ooh, I like these, baby. I like these. Keep them coming. I got a few minutes. Derek Thomas, Trent versus Mike Conner. I think this is the staple. I want to see the Hound. That's my nickname for him. Y'all ain't got to like it. I frankly don't give a I like Game of Thrones. I feel like the Niners drafted the Hound and the Mountain. They got Michael Williams as the Hound. They got Alfred Collins as the Mountain. Those are my nicknames. Don't be taking my nicknames. But here's what I think. I like this because it's literally a silverback going up against a dog. And I like dogs and I like silverbacks. And I don't expect the dog to outbeat a silverback. But this is going to be interesting because I think Michael Williams is someone that Trent Williams likes. And that's good. And I'm not just saying that because he's on this team. I'm not just saying that. I see Boats wants Trent Williams versus Trent. So we got Williams versus Williams, or Williams and Williams. You know what? We can start a law firm called Williams and Williams. I kind of like that. Ooh, we get some interior action, baby. Mark with the double up. Some interior action. I like this. Shout out to Eddie G and the Beatles. I see your comment. 49ers, Collins / West. We're talking about 2 interior defensive tackles versus Dominic Pooney. Haven't heard much from Pooney. Know he's set to be a stud in the NFL, but now he's about to get some tough competition coming in. I got to shout out to my man Eddie G and the Beat Dogs. Williams versus Williams sounds like a law firm in my opinion, and you know what I'm saying. Williams versus Williams. Collins versus Brendel. Now we do know that Ty says Collins versus Brendel. If they shift that defensive line Collins up over the zero to like be over the center, oh, that's not even fair. I don't even know if that's a fair competition. But you know what? He's got to do it. He's got to do it. Like Brendo's got to step up. He's got to be able to handle this. All right, now this is what I'm talking about. Felicia, she brought it back to the offensive side. Everybody's excited because when we say pads, we talk trenches, we talk defense. CMC versus Warner. Coverage game. I'm not worried about any of the run defense as far as when it comes to Fred Warner. This is all pro versus all pro. How could this not be a 1-versus-1? Because CMC has a lot to prove this year, and Fred Warner's that guy. Like, you can't fret. Like, you know what I'm saying? But CMC is that guy too. So I don't know how many of these matchups we get. I preferably want these two to stay away from one another because I need them to be able to cut and run and do everything throughout the regular season. But I would like to see Fred versus, Garendo or some of the other guys, because I want to see if Fred still has got the processing and the speed. As you get older, you know what I'm saying, you kind of lose a dip. I'm not saying Fred is old, but you also get wiser. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. I see more Pearsall versus Demos. You know what I mean? All right, Daniel, what's going on? What's going on, brother? Hey, Wayne, did you see that short little clip highlight of Fred Warner climbing up the Niners stadium? Is climbing up. Like, I did see this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, I think Fred Warner is going to go down as one of the greatest 49ers of all time. And I'm begging the Niners not to do what the Seahawks, did to Bobby Wagner. I get at some point you're not going to be able to pay the linebacking position, but you got to find a way to keep this guy who is a staple of the 49ers community, the team, everything. You got to find a way to keep him here. So keep Fred happy. As long as Fred is happy, healthy, man, you're going to get the best of Fred Warner every single freaking season. You know what I'm saying? Every single season. He says that was not Fred Warner climbing the stadium. Whatever I watched, I saw it. How about that? You know what I'm saying? So maybe it was AI, because AI is taking over. You guys have been amazing right here on the Wayne Breezie Show. Give yourselves a round of applause. Shout out to all the listeners, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever you listen to the podcast. Shout out to you guys. We got a lot of 1-versus-1s to be paying attention to. And let's keep all of our players in prayer. This is football. And just for those that don't know what football is a sport where it is 100% contact, where it's full contact. It's not basketball, it's not baseball, it's not even soccer. All those sports are contact. We're talking full contact. You're talking people running at as fast as they can and hitting each other. It's literally many car accidents out there on the football field. Just keep the prayers, all the players in the NFL in your prayers. That's super important. We're hoping, as many players can just remain healthy as they can. Football season is back. Let's go. 49ers football, like my man said earlier on the show, is back. Let's go. And your boy Breezie is back. One more time, air horns. Let's freaking go. Shout out to all the members of the Breezy Bunch crew. Definitely appreciate you. Love all the subscribers as well. Hey, man, up your ante and become a member if you're a subscriber. I double dog dare you. Bet you don't know what that movie that's from. All right. It's your boy Breezy, man. I'll see you back here on Friday. Same time, same place. The Wayne Breezy Show. Stick around, man. Make sure you like some of them other videos, and let's get it popping. Niners all day. New theme song coming soon. Peace.
What's up, faithful? Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and make sure you check out some of the other cool videos.